Describe the types of attitudes people held towards the Soviet Union.
Describe the attitude.
Yes.
They were pretty mad and pretty upset about the Union. They were pretty upset about it.
Why?
They thought there was going to be a nuclear war, and they thought Russia was going to start it.
Is that your final answer?
Hmm?
Is that your final answer?
They were communist-led, and the United States is a democracy, and they thought they didn't like the communists,
I would say distrust and nervousness. Distrust over what their intentions were to spread communism across Europe and beyond, and nervousness over their stockpiling of nuclear weapons, fearfulness over the fact that they just push a button and send missiles our way.
Alright, but when this was going on, you were still young, yeah? How old about?
Well, no. During my high school and college years, the Cold War was.
Alright. So what were?
Taping right now?
Yeah, it's taping. But I mean, were you really feeling the things that you just said? Like, what was your view personally?
Personally, as someone in their teenage years and in their 20s, you probably weren't as scared of it because you weren't around for World War II or Vietnam, but in a way it was just as scary because while you didn't have to go to war, there was always this tension over the two superpowers being able to just push a button.
Were you worried or afraid of nuclear war?
Yeah, everybody was. They were building bomb shelters in case of a nuclear war.
I didn't know. I never thought it would happen here in the United States.
Yes, everybody was. Because nuclear war could wipe out life on the entire planet just by somebody pushing a few.
What would you want kids today to remember most when studying the Cold War?
That they could have blown up the whole earth.
It's really not over. I mean, the United States still has nuclear weapons, Russia has nuclear weapons, China has nuclear weapons, and there's countries that are trying to develop the technology to build nuclear weapons, countries that we don't really trust. So that tension is always going on. Now, the Cold War was specifically about the United States and the Soviet Union, but essentially it continues on to this day.
What I wanted to know is the war didn't solve any problems. There hasn't been a war that ever solved any problems, or a fight, any kind of a fight. Fist fight, and when it's over, it doesn't solve anything. They just fights don't. Love solves more problems.
Cold War? Well, my parents gave us warm coats to wear.
Oh God.
I remember always seeing the presidents coming on TV and talking about nuclear threat, and I would be drawing them for some reason. I don't know why, but I remember once a light above the coffee table, or my sister was under it, fell on my sister's head.
Okay.